Hello friends, welcome back to the video lessons by the IMPACT This is the ninth video on the listening part. In this particular video, we're going to see how to find the answer of the question type, which is known as multiple choice single answer. And we are taking the easier version first. But I must tell you, if you're not aware, that this particular type of question is considered the most challenging in the IELTS listening part. This particular question has been taken from section 2, so you'll find it a bit easier. And as you know, for each question that you'll get some time before to go through the audio before the audio starts. So sorry, there's some technical errors, so this mark is being shown everywhere. No problem for this. So what we are going to do here, I'll show you how to underline the keywords before the audio begins in 30 seconds. And that's very important. But I must tell you one more technique here that is very useful. You can see this starts from question number 11. That means you have just finished section 1. Once you finish a particular section, they'll give you some time. For example, you have got now 30 seconds to check your answer. And then another 30 seconds to go through this question. So try to use both the time to underline the keywords and to understand what I have to do in this. And this is what I'm going to show you that how to do it. Suppose I have got 1 minute time. What will I do in this particular type of question? I will underline all the keywords. I'll go through all the answers. And then once the audio starts, I will be ready for both of them. But here I'm just going to take the time which is being given by the audio. I'm going to play the audio. You need to understand the topic and underline the keywords in that to see how I'm doing it.
Section 2. You will hear a restaurant manager talking to a small group of new staff who are starting work as kitchen assistants in a restaurant. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16.
Concerned about new staff's what? The managers say that, forgive me for this technical problem, but I'll move them back to the keyword. Managers say that the day is likely to be busy for kitchen staff. Means why it is busy for the kitchen staff? This is what they're asking for. Only kitchen staff who are 18 or older are allowed to use. So who are 18 or older are allowed to do what? Okay, and then I'll go back to the first questions that I have underlined the keyword, like what do people like about the job of the kitchen staff? I've answered the variety of work, the friendly atmosphere, and the
now listen carefully
So I'll listen
and answer questions
and I'll try to
11 to 16.
Why do they like about the job?
Good morning, everyone. My name's Joy Parkins, and I'm the restaurant manager. And I understand that none of you have had any previous experience as kitchen assistants. Well, you might be feeling a bit nervous now, but most of our kitchen assistants say they enjoy the work. Okay, they might get shouted at sometimes.
So they enjoy the work. The one more technique that can help you. He's saying they might get shouted at the time. So that means this is not the answer. So you can follow this technique by crossing it out. That's a very effective technique for me. I'm just showing you, forgive me for the technical error. But when you're listening carefully, what do they like? And they're talking that you might be shouted at. So we will cross out this answer. So that cannot be the answer. Many times what happens that you will get the 2 wrong answers. So in that case, you don't have to listen for the third answer and you can go ahead with the next question type. So here I have crossed one answer. Let's see.
But it's nothing personal. And they're pleased that they have so many different things to do, which means...
You got the answer. They are pleased that they have so many different things to do. So that means the variety of work. So this is the correct answer. Now, what will you do immediately? I'm just pausing the audio here so that I can tell you what to do. But what will you do immediately once you get the answer? You will immediately go to the next keyword that you have underlined. So perhaps here the keyword that I have underlined is this next keyword that I have underlined is concern about some of the new staffs. What perhaps this again, forgive me for the technique. So concerned about, immediately you should move here that manager is concerned about some of the new staffs. What? And again, the technique of crossing out. This time I'm not going to pause it. I will just cross out and tick mark. You have to be careful.
They never get bored. And I'll tell you straight away that if you do well, we might think about moving you up and giving you some more responsibility. Right, well, you've all shown up on time, which is an excellent start. Now, I'm glad to see none of you have unsuitable footwear, so that's good. You need to be careful as the floors can get very wet and slippery. Those of you with long hair have got it well out of the way, but some of you will need to remove your rings and bracelets. Just put them somewhere safer today. And remember to leave.
So you have seen these two are okay, but that is a concern. So that is the answer. Now you immediately move to the next question type with the next keyword. This is what you have to do. So the next question for you, that manager says that they is likely to be busy for kitchen staff. Why? Again, you will have to listen for that.
Leave them at home tomorrow, as they can be a safety hazard. Now, it's going to be a busy day for you all today. We don't have any tables free for this evening, and only a few for lunch.
So you can see we don't have any table remain unbooked for this evening. So that means this is the correct answer. But in case you miss it, you still have the chance to get two incorrect answers. So let's listen.
Fortunately, we've got our head chef back. He was away on holiday all last week, which meant the other chefs had extra work. Now, I'll tell you a bit more about the job in a minute, but first, some general regulations.
So she didn't say it's a public holiday or not. So forget this. So the answer is the restaurant is almost fully booked. Now, whatever time you will get, you will immediately go further and you will see what other keywords who are 18 or older are allowed to use what. So that way you have to see 18 or older are allowed to use what. And again, the same technique I'm going to do.
For all of you, whatever your age, there's some equipment you mustn't use until you've been properly trained, like the waste disposal system, for example.
So you can see, you can immediately get tempted to write this, but they're saying that you're not able to use until you are fully trained. So it has nothing to take with the age. If you are trained, you can use it. So this is a wrong answer, because what you have to find out, what you're allowed to use. Right, let's listen further.
For health and safety reasons. Then I think there are two of you here who are under 18. That's Emma and Jake, isn't it? Right, so for you two, the meat slicer is out of bounds. And of course,
because they are above 18, they're lower than 18, they're not, they're below 18 actually. So meat slicers is out of bound for them, means they cannot use it at any cost. I'd still like to listen for the electric mixer. What are they saying?
Of course, none of you are allowed to use the electric mixer until you've been shown how it works. Now,
so you got all the answers here. Perhaps the last sentence of that one is missing. So the answer is the meat slicer. You can check the answer here as well. So 14 is C. So the answer is meat slicer. Again, please forgive me for this technical errors, but what I have tried to convince you about, I hope you must have understand the technique. The same technique you have to use even if we are dealing with the challenging version, although I'll show you with the challenging version of the same test. So thank you very much for watching this video. See you very soon with the next video. Bye for now.